Hello, my name is Carly Fisher and welcome to my final project for my English 202 Critical Analysis of Nonfiction Text class. Throughout the semester, we've been studying different forms of writing, structures, and human communication, and now for our final, we've been assigned to take a look at a new, real-life form of media or text and analyze it through some of the content that we've been studying throughout the class, as well as implement our own ideas. So, without further ado, I bring you video essays. A video essay. Meta, right? And I do have some notes here with me, so if you see me looking down, that's what that is. In this video, my aim is to break down the phenomenon of the YouTube video essay through the lens of the writings of historian Walter Ong and academic figure Ian Bogost, and explain to you why I believe that video essays are a revolutionary new form that writing has taken and a uniquely efficient and collaborative vehicle for modern rhetoric. Video essays are a form of media that I personally really like consuming, and I've noticed them becoming more and more popular within the past 2 years, which is when I started consuming them as well. I think it would be really interesting to break down and explore their significance within the constraints of their own format. So, here we go. Let's start with a definition. What defines a video essay? Studio Binder defines a video essay as a video that analyzes a specific topic, theme, person, or thesis. To put it simply, they are essays in video form that aim to persuade, educate, or critique. Vox takes the definition a step further, saying that video essays range anywhere from about 10 minutes to upward of an hour. The video essay has been a means to entertain fan theories, explore the lore of a video game or a historical deep dive, explain or critique a social media trend, or, like most written essays, expound upon an argument, hypothesis, or curiosity proposed by the creator. Okay. So basically, video essays are a new media format in which a person does extensive research on a specific topic, organizes it, and presents their ideas to the public in the form of an online video. They can cover pretty much any observable topic, from politics to social issues, to mental health, to pop culture, to food, to art, history, video games, anything. Video essays are often characterized by stylistic editing that intersperses images, text, memes, and sometimes sound effects that help keep the watcher engaged and entertained. They will often, but not always, depict the speaker sitting in front of the camera, talking to the audience, presenting their information, just like this. Video essays originated from academia as film essays, but have become increasingly popular on YouTube in the early 2020s. Their rise in popularity correlated with the COVID-19 lockdowns and is believed to be a result of consumer desire for more long-form entertaining content as a result of us all being stuck at home with lots of extra time to kill. So why are video essays so significant? Let's take a second to explore the ideas of our two thinkers. First, we have Walter Ong. Walter Ong was a cultural and religious historian and professor of English literature who explored how the development of writing affected humans in his book, Orality and Literacy. Ong says that writing is a technology whose development has allowed human ideas to be communicated on a much larger scale than they ever could prior to its existence, and that the ability it provides us with to share concepts has shaped the way that we think. Ong speaks often about the increased scale that writing has allowed human ideas to exist on. Here he says, the deadness of the text, its removal from the living human life world, its rigid visual fixity, allows its endurance and its potential for being resurrected into limitless living contexts by a potentially infinite number of living readers. Okay. The observation that he's making here is that before writing was developed, ideas could only be communicated and spread via spoken word. Because of this, they were often subject to distortion as they were passed from person to person, like a big game of philosophy telephone. With writing, and especially the invention of the printing press, ideas could now be cemented the way that the writer wanted them and distributed on a much larger scale. Now, I want to put a pin in this idea of cementing ideas with writing, right? We're going to come back to this. Keep it in the back of your mind. For now, I'd like us to consider how the internet has only continued this expansion of accessibility to human thought, increasing the amount of eyes that the average person's ideas can reach. Video essays are fascinating because they've combined the human expressive element of spoken word with the ability to cement ideas and revive them again and again in a way that is accessible for a consumer that is completely separate physically from the creator. The next ideas I'd like to take a look at are those of Ian Bogost. Ian Bogost is a modern American academic and video game designer. In his book, Persuasive Games, The Expressive Power of Video Games, he explores the concept of rhetoric and how it exists between the creator and the consumer. As I'm sure you can infer from the title, Bogost's primary focus is on how rhetoric exists within video games, but he also speaks often about how it has the flexibility to exist in any form of human expression in which the creator is attempting to persuade the consumer, and this can exist in many different forms and contexts, like a video essay. Bogost says, rhetoric thus also came to refer to effective expression, that is, writing, speech, or art that both accomplishes the goals of the author and absorbs the reader or viewer. This definition fits nicely within Ong's ideas about writing, how it shapes human consciousness, and the vehicles it has created for information and persuasion to spread throughout society, again, like video essays. Now that we understand the ideas of Ong and Bogost, let's talk scale. Writing and the technology that it has allowed us to develop has made it possible for the average person to share rhetoric, or their ideas, on a larger scale than ever before. I mean, look at YouTube and the potential access to the masses that it provides any individual with a computer and a webcam. Because of this website's popularity, it allows these creators to reach hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of views on their videos that, more often than not, they're making from home. The average person now has the ability to speak out on topics that they find important or interesting and potentially have their ideas reach an inconceivable number of minds. We see this in Salem Tavar's The Horrible Aftermath of the Shein-pocalypse, where she breaks down the controversies of fast fashion. 1.6 million views. We see it in Shan Spear's Daddy Issues, Misogyny, and the Pinnacle of Male Privilege, where our speaker explores the social and psychological concept of daddy issues and expresses her opinions on it. 744,000 views. We see it in Shafrillis Productions' Why Shark Tale is a Cinematic Disaster, where the creator explains in a well-crafted rant why he believes that the Oscar-nominated animated film Shark Tale is an objectively bad movie. 9.3 million views. All of these video essays, regardless of their vastly different styles and subject matter, are new and modern forms of rhetoric where we have a speaker expressing an idea or opinion and presenting it to the public on a large scale. I mean, look at the amount of people this content is reaching. 25 years ago, before this technology, the rhetorical ideas of the average person absolutely would not be able to reach others on this kind of scale. Now, I'd like to revisit that concept from Walter Ong about cementing ideas with writing. Remember, we put a pin in it before? We're going to grab that pin now. In Ong's writings, he speaks about how writing down an idea cements it and makes it irrefutable. Now, in the year of 1982, when his book was published, yeah, at that time, written rhetoric was irrefutable. Yeah, you could disagree with it, but there was no way you could make that disagreement known to every other consumer of that content. I mean, think about the phrase, "it is written." That goes hand in hand with the idea of cementing an idea with writing. But now, with the advancements in technology that have led us to digital rhetoric like video essays, that statement is outdated because we have the comment section. This is huge for rhetoric. Consumers have the ability to attach their own ideas in the form of a comment underneath the videos in an attempt to back up the original creator, add a new point of view, or maybe counter the claims made in the essay. These comments are public, and the comments can even be commented on as well and viewed by anyone that views the video, as long as the creator keeps the comment section on. Beneath the Shark Tale video, commenter Will Power refuted Shafrillis Productions' claims against the movie in a comment saying, "I just rewatched Shark Tale and it definitely doesn't deserve all the hate it's getting. Shark Tale is well paced, has a good overall message, and has some pretty funny moments. The overall theme still holds up today." This has 1.3 thousand likes and several subcomments supporting it. The comment section is a new, highly accessible space for rhetorical debate, unlike anything that existed pre-technology. Written rhetoric cannot be refuted. It can be disagreed with, but in the past, there was no way to comment on a book so that every other person who read that book would know what you were thinking about it. Likewise, if you're having a debate with someone, yeah, you can counter each other's points, but before the technological advances of video and audio recording and the internet, that debate would have only been accessible to those who were there to witness it. Now, it could be filmed and uploaded to the internet for millions to see and have their minds changed by, and even add to the discussion in the comment section. This is revolutionary. In conclusion, video essays are a socially and academically revolutionary new form that writing and rhetoric have taken. They've created a new space for rhetorical debate, and most importantly, provided the average person with the ability to create something that expresses their ideas on a much larger scale than was ever before possible. Also, from the consumer side, they provide people with access to a wealth of perspectives that might never have reached them otherwise. I would like to hope that this resource for increased perspective will help lead us towards a more tolerant, thoughtful, and understanding society as we continue to share ideas with one another, learn together, and expand our minds. But what do you think? Leave a comment below about your thoughts on the subject, and let's get a conversation going. Thank you for watching, and never stop learning.